Hi everyone, welcome back to part two of the Twin Rose reading under the auspices of Aphelium Angelic Codes 123266 and 123236. Now, in part one of the reading, the spread that we did for the inward rose, what is Spirit calling you towards? We pulled Time and Tide, the Mirror Experiments, the Return of Aphrodite, which was coupled with Telepathy. And this energy spoke to this overall call of the divine for you to step into the liminal space where you're not pulled in either direction. It's wu wei. It is you sitting Shiva. It is you being Lord in the house of self. And from that point, attracting to you a newness of expression. There was also a call here to return to the source of the source. Return to the source. You are the source of your own expression. And when you return to the source of your expression, that is the ultimate bridge and gateway to the ultimate source. So it's calling you to tap into the grid of life. This could be tapping into past hobbies or skills that we like. Someone is sweeping outside, so there could be a call here to sweep or wash something. This could be a task that you're doing. You could be working around your home as well. Now, as we continue on, never mind before I jump ahead. So the return of Aphrodite is calling you back to the earthy part of you, the unpretentious part of you that doesn't need the title, the part of you that is just you. That's that kid that you really are, as we all are. And through that simplicity of self, finding a new wealth within. Now for part two is the blooming rose. And in order to have a blooming of you need to be in a place where you are already holding space in yourself for you to do this. It's similar to going through a pregnancy. Women who have healthy pregnancies are healthy within themselves. It doesn't just happen because of happenstance. It is a calibration of vibration that you hold. And this is why when the feminine energy has blockages towards creating life form, oftentimes for those who are aware enough to answer the call of Divine Mother, Father, you will return back to the land for healing. You will cleanse the body. And this could be through many different ways, taking herbs, going through rituals, going through sound healing, even traveling, taking vacation, making changes and modifications in your life. You are being called to hear the messages of you. Where do you feel icky, sticky, stuck, stiff, achy even? Now in part two, the blooming rose. Aphelium number 123236. This spread will speak to the first voice. What words or truths want to be expressed at this time? Second, the creative spark, how your art, speech, or movement wants to emerge. Third, the stabilizer, how expression builds structure in your life. And lastly, the double six, the fragrance of balance, what your bloom gives back to the world. And this is very important. When you want to, when I move, you move. When I move, you move. When I move, you move. Hell, hey DJ. When I move, you right. If you want to shadow box with the universe, There needs to be equal give and take. You cannot short change mathematics. You can't shortchange the divine. You can't. You just can't. You can't. Even yourself, you can't shortchange yourself. And this is where the idea of sin comes in. When you just told that person yes, what do you mean? When you nod your head yes, but your body says no, what do you mean? You're living in sin. You're missing the mark of your truth. And you know, you feel it in your body. You can't escape the mathematics of who and what you are. So when I say that you should consider giving more credence and respect to you, the uniqueness of you, the holiness of you, the potentiality of you, yeah, it matters because you're a big deal. Okay? Now, the first voice, what words or truths want to be expressed? Sisterhood. You would like to be around people who are like you, people who carry a heart like you, even people who love in a manner in which you can, a signature, an energetic frequency that you can understand. It is not shrouded in Seven of Cups illusory energy. You want to be around people. You want to be around people who you can safely turn your back to without them doing this and sending you the evil eye and doing all sorts of whatever people get up to when they don't guard their hearts. You want to be amongst your kin. You feel like you could just be lifted up if the divine could just send a ship and just beam you up out of here just so you could be with others like you. You would. The Last Dance. The Last Dance. Someone here may be a Donna Summers fan. You may have big hair. You may like big hair. Someone may be going to a disco as well. You want to be with people who delight in, they're on the things that you're on. They're on your kind of time. They talk your kind of language. You know what I mean? Wow. And this is what you want to express. It is possible that you have held back expressing your truths in relationships in the past. These could be relationships in which you felt as though there wasn't equal give and take. You could have felt that the friendships, like, is it real? Is it iffy? Maybe you had friendships where you didn't really have much in common with these individuals. Now for the creative spark, how your art, speech, or movement wants to emerge. Oh, we have gift. This fell face down, but I will shuffle. Despair. Aha. Honey, listen to me. Whatever your gift is in life, when you don't practice this gift, you feel like icky, 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 icky. Because it's tied to the divine. If you have tried to use your gift to express yourself in a way that goes against your codes and ethics, you could have experienced, or you will find, I guarantee you, I will put an equation on that if you want me to, that you will be in despair. There are rules to everything, you know. Even the devil got rules. You think God know our rules? You think You think the generative, operative, and destructive principle that even allows for there to be the lower forces to be represented by this hierarchical energy of the devil and all that stuff. Hello, order, mathematics. There's always something holding space for the other. When you don't practice your gifts, your money slow, things not look right, you feel depressed, you feel like you're going nowhere. Let's see. Freedom. Your creative spark, your art, your speech, your movement wants to emerge. It wants to be free. Whatever ability that you have. Are you sitting there judging your ability? Who cares what people think? Like, really, honestly, do you really, you care? Why? Why would you care? It's a wasted time, honestly. I wish I could save you the time. Don't even ever consider what people think about your innate gift. So what if you're a bookworm? What if were you reading and you missed your spot, your stop on the train? Did the okay. Maybe heads up, I don't know. Maybe you get lost in the sauce. It could be painting. It could be fixing up bikes. You know? Again, something here about your ethics and how you do what you do. The way how you manipulate and you do your magician thing. Swing the engine. Swing the engine around. Swing the engine. Someone here may be Caribbean. It could be Trini. You could work on trucks. You could be a mechanic. Maybe you want to be, what? Friend. So what? Why not? You want to build one? Build one. Hello? In this day and age, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. Someone here may build engines for vehicles. You could be corporate or you could be independent or sole proprietor. The stabilizer. How expression builds structure in your life. Now, you see this right here? How expression builds structure in your life. This is a key to the divine saying to you, if you want to experience the fruits of the kingdom, you are going to have to, angel number 747 on the timer, you are going to have to build a foundation that is a divine foundation. Sturdy, firm, no tricks, no gimmicks, no bandula business. You understand? Okay. Now, the stabilizer. How this expression builds structure in your life. When you give yourself the freedom and when you find your inner fire and you are determined that not only will you put some respect on your gift and the way how you do what you do and how you want to shadow box the spirit, but this is how it allows you to move from strength to strength, to become more, to be an improved you. Someone here is watching Spider-Man. Someone could have a clefted chin or a really thin pointed nose. We have a drift. How this expression builds structure in your life. Someone here could be a swimmer. You could be wanting to go to the pool or go to the water, or you could have recently been in a body of water. Someone here could have recently been by a bayou or a dock. Feet rolled up, legs in the water type of thing. This adrift energy is you almost being rocked in the tide of that earlier time and tide card. This is you allowing yourself to be rocked into a kind of mental, emotional, spiritual stasis by the ebbs and flow of life. You're not out here struggling trying to swim. You're not out here trying to trying to escape a tsunami in a pond, all imagined in your mind. You're just floating along. And when you do this, this actually is very liminal space. This is giving me gestational echo, those sounds that a child hears when they're a fetus in the mother's belly. It stabilizes you when you free yourself to create. When you speak up about these relationships and friendships and contracts that aren't giving, they're not loyal, they're not dependable, they're not compatible. When you speak to those things and you dismiss them and you call in what you want, when you allow your impulses to align with what you really want inside, you become adrift in the arms of spirit. And the sweet aroma, the double six, the balance of that bloom that you experience when you sit in that place. We're going to see exactly what that is, friend. Endurance. Superpowers. Superpower. You are charged. This is you again. This freedom card, you are sitting it out. If you have not seen the first part of this reading, I implore you to see it. You are being called to take a chill pill. You're sitting, expressing, loosening yourself, unraveling, untangling, sorting it out. Letting go, acknowledging, accepting, gestating, allowing. And after you've digested all of these things about yourself, about how do I hold a container in myself for who I am each and every day? When I go to the bank, when I go up, when I show up to church, when I show up to my community garden meeting, when I drive, when I carpool my kids and the other neighbors' kids to school. Who am I showing up? When I enter the daycare, who am I showing up as that day? And when you've digested this and you've settled on who you are, and can nobody tell you nothing about you, honey, you take off. You enter the double six spiral and you begin to bloom a new you. 6 is very harmonious. This is Do you smell that? You bloom, you take off. Allowing yourself to be surrounded by delightful energies. You should be delighted in your friendships. Your friendships shouldn't suck. They shouldn't be a drag. They shouldn't be draining. They shouldn't be unsupportive. Your friendships should be compatible. They should be simpatico. They should bring you joy. They should allow you to feel settled. They should allow you to feel like you can lean back and chill. You should be free in these spaces where you seek to bloom. You should be able to let go and trust not only that the divine has you as this construct of being held and not being left alone in this big old jungle, but actually knowing and experiencing, being able to touch, taste, smell that in your daily life. This is beautiful. This is encouraging. Not only are you going through change, but we do see the agreement of angel number 777 lined out in freedom, adrift, and endurance. If you are familiar with this deck. Beautiful reading. There is no encouragement needed. You have the recipe. You have the messages. I look forward to experiencing the aroma of your bloom. Until next time, that's it for now. Bye-bye.